Our next contest is a welterweight division match, scheduled for one fall. Let's bring out our competitors.
Welterweight action on tap. Two athletes with championship dreams once again finding their careers at a crossroads.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 135 pounds, from Dayton, Ohio,
Nate Wings was never pinned for the welterweight championship on the Welterweight 4 pay-per-view available at welterweightwrestling.com. Nate challenged Bostic one-on-one. A month ago, Bostic threw a chair at Wings to get intentionally disqualified. It sliced Nate's elbow wide open. He's still not 100%, but he wanted to take up this fight against another determined athlete.
Oh, well, we don't see happy-go-lucky Ace Perry. Look at that look on his face. He means business tonight, Joe.
Ace Perry was the victim of an officiating call that many saw and many felt was unfair at Welterweight 4. Perry has vowed to go through the entire welterweight division to earn another opportunity at the welterweight title, but BC Ace has to keep winning to continue that journey. A loss here will hurt Wings' momentum. A loss here will send Ace Perry back down to square one. This is all important for both athletes.
Well, Ace Perry might be the one-man boy band, but he's looking to rock here tonight. Definitely, we know how personal this is. We know the animosity between the two, as we see a little bit of it right there.
Stay out of my way. Get up. It's mine. Get up.
Wings with retribution on his mind, to be sure.
We just said Bostic is mine. We obviously know where Nate Wings has his sights set, but
Well, keep in mind, these guys were friends until the welterweight championship drove a wedge between them. We saw each get involved in each other's title matches, some miscues, some accidental shots were fired. Keep in mind, Perry's saying, I don't want to hurt you, but I'll do what I have to do to get back to the title. Keep in mind, it was Perry and Gory for the welterweight title. Wings had gotten involved because the odds had gone to 2-on-1 with the involvement of Atticus. Wings aimed for Atticus, missed, hit Perry, and next thing we knew, Perry lost the championship, and these two have not been the same ever since.
we know whether any of these shots were on purpose or by accident. Who's to say at this point, but the shots were thrown, and that's the important thing.
And both men back to a vertical base. This is a pivotal time in both men's career. This could be remembered as such. Both men are very determined, they're very focused, and this ain't about hanging out with friends. This ain't about just a gentlemanly contest. I think the pressures and tempers will raise as we move on. As you can see, the pace quicken.
Well, both men know each other very, very well. Both men have had a taste of that welterweight championship.
And Perry connects.
And once you have a taste of the gold, you always remember. You always know what it's like. You always... Wait a minute. 2 count. We always focus on what that championship means. And to get that back, it's like losing a part of yourself. And right now, the man that has it, Dylan Bostic, a man that I'm sure is very happy with himself. Would you agree?
Yeah, and I'm sure he's very happy with this matchup because whoever he ends up having to contest with, he's got a title shot against Nate Wings, a return match, because Wings did win the previous bout by disqualification when Bostic used the chair. But Bostic's looking at a very injured Nate Wings, far from 100%, and the harder this matchup goes, the more susceptible Wings is going to be next month when they have that return match.
Oh, it is a unique situation because both of these men want Dylan Bostic, but they're also doing sort of Bostic's bidding for him.
Oh, nicely done, standing shooting star. You see Wings favor that elbow.
Well, that's going to be a problem. That elbow is going to come into play. Obviously, Ace Perry knows that.
And Perry comes back with a shot of his own. Tempers are flaring, BC Steel, and Wiggs uses the official for leverage to come down with a seated senton.
Well, Nate Wings will use whatever he has to at his disposal.
Back in the ring, Springs now drop kick once again, and Wings hits the guardrail.
And you have to wonder, where exactly is Nate Wings on his recovery? Is he at 80%? Is he at 50%?
Well, certainly nothing wrong with his legs. Great extension to connect with Perry and counter that dive. And you can see again the aggression. Two men who were once friends, but now they just want to slug it out. We're about as far from prom night as you can get.
Well, there is the old saying that you can make friends or you can make money in the wrestling business. When you have a championship, the money flows your way.
And Perry gets dropped and able instinctively to come back with a shot to the face, both men the worse for wear after that high-impact flurry of offense.
Both of these men could be counted out. I'm sure Dylan Bostic would be rooting for that.
Well, that's, Bostic will face Wings regardless, but what would that do for Perry's journey? Perry's still got a ways to go. There's a lot of talented athletes that I've heard through the grapevine don't just want a shot at Bostic, but they also want to be known as the guy that stopped Perry.
There is something to be said about that. Obviously, if you can beat any former champion, that puts you in a different light, that puts you in a higher ranking, certainly. Obviously, that's the focus of Nate Wings right now. But, Joe, I go back to it again. Where is Nate Wings with that elbow? We see Ace Perry just taking his time with it, and that's what he might have to do. We know he's normally got a speed aspect to him. Obviously, he does have the size advantage, but he's going to have to focus and be laser focused on taking Nate Wings down, and that elbow is going to be the key.
Perry went for that cutter. That would have done it right there. Sidestep through the ropes. Wings gets dropped, hits the guardrail again, and Perry suicide dive. And you can sense that determination on Perry's body language. The cutter countered again. Both men just looking to outsmart, outwit the other. Wings, the Hurricane Rana spikes him. Wings gonna get him? No. Perry's journey nearly comes to an end that time. Wings, does he have enough strength on that elbow? That arm got him down. That modified vertebreaker. Nate Wings gonna beat him. Perry gets the shoulder up.
We saw Nate Wings checked on that elbow, trying to see does he still have that wrap on there. I'll tell you, if that comes off, that's going to put him in a major... Oh, well, wait a minute, he's taking it off. Obviously, that's a hindrance to him with what he's trying to do, but I think that might be a mistake.
Yeah, I think Wings is favoring that arm. Oh, Perry immediately saw an opening. Wrenches, that arm comes back with a cutter. Perry on top. Ace Perry said he didn't want to do it, but man, he had to. Perry didn't want to make the injury the focal point, the story of this matchup. Ace Perry didn't want to take advantage of Nate Wings. He wanted to beat Nate Wings at his best, but Ace Perry had to throw in a little bit of that gamesmanship. Ace Perry had to neutralize that weakness. Nate Wings brought it all, but Ace Perry found a way to just slip ahead.
Absolutely. Kudos to him for the win, but let me point the question at you. What does this mean for Nate Wings now going forward?
Well, this means Nate Wings has had a hindrance of momentum. He'll get his shot with Dylan Bostic. He won by disqualification last time, but I think now Nate Wings may have some doubts in his head. Maybe just physically, maybe psychologically as well. Wings will have to train like he's never trained before for Dylan Bostic. Perry, he still has Bostic in his crosshairs, but Perry's still a few steps away.